Welcome back to another episode of the CBL X's and O's podcast for season 2023. It's our round two review of the Northeast Conference, and today I've got Tom O'Connor joining me again. Welcome, Tom.
G'day, Matt. Thanks for having me on.
We'll start with the Northeast men and the Myrtleford game. Myrtleford defended their home court against Wangaratta. It was quite a good game by the looks of it.
Yeah, some high scoring in there. Probably it's good to see Tyler Barker return to the top of the charts for Myrtleford, but Riley Booker as well. Just continuing where he left off last week. 19 points this week. Obviously Tyler with the 25, but probably a promising sign for Wangaratta. New group in contending with teams that have been in that top four in the past couple of years. So it's great to see them having such a close battle there on the road.
And Wodonga travelled across the border to Albury but couldn't get the job done. Seems like maybe they were a little bit undermanned, potentially, to go down by just over 30 points.
Yeah, look, Liam Brady and Sam Hawkins, they're a class act, the two of them. Seen them last season, obviously. Sam with the experience of NBL 1 and same with Liam Brady, just showing their experience above the probably what was a little bit younger Wodonga side. Obviously, Tom Crow's in there, but I believe from what I had a look at, the Lockie Harvey and that not to be seen. So obviously, some of those 18s we spoke about from the state championship last year, not in the game, is obviously going to hurt Wodonga.
It certainly would. And Mansfield made the trip across to Shepparton to play against Benalla, and Benalla ran out pretty easy victors in this game.
Yeah, yes, smashed them is more so the way to put it, Matt. 131-65, but Sam Becks, it's maybe he just felt a bit comfortable on the Shepparton floor on Saturday night out there. 38 points, 8 triples. Maybe just knows how the rim bounces and where he gets his shots from, and then obviously Eric Miraflores just chiming in with his 30 as well. So clear leaders for Benalla in that game.
And Wallen made the trip up the road to you guys in Seymour and were able to walk out with the victory. Nice, tight, close tussle between the arch rivals by the looks of things.
Yeah, look, it was probably a typical first game for both teams. It started off, I don't think either team scored for the first 4 minutes is what it was. So I don't know if it was good defense or questionable offense, but both teams getting their looks. Well done. Yeah, congrats to Wallen on their execution of down the stretch, probably through the third quarter more so as well, taking a 22-10 third quarter is where they really blew the game out. And obviously, guys like Ryan Philippi leading that charge, knocking down a few open triples. Not ideal for us, Matt, but something to bounce back from, and well done to Wallen in that game.
Yeah, it looks like it was a slow first quarter with quarter time scores being 12-9, but then in the second quarter you can see Seymour shooting 26 and Wallen shooting 25. So I think once you got over that first quarter and got back into the game of basketball, it seemed like it was a good game of basketball till that third quarter.
Yeah, absolutely, it was. Very slow to start, but shows what both teams can do when they do turn it on.
And Wangaratta travelled to Mansfield on Sunday. Couldn't go over to Mansfield and get the victory, and it looks like Mansfield jumped them out of the gun and showed that they could win the game.
Yeah, Paddy Mahoney's probably back to his best form that he's had in quite a long time. 24 points, and obviously probably Tim Holden was going to have a size advantage for Wangaratta over Mansfield, but well done to Mansfield to probably nullify him to keep him to only 13 points, and just find their scorers. But it's great to see Paddy back to some scoring form. And it's probably great for the town of Mansfield as well, just to see a bit of a win through their program as well.
And Benalla were able to make it 2 from 2 on Sunday, defeating Wodonga in what was definitely a significantly closer game than what Wodonga had on Saturday night against Albury.
Yeah, probably the battle of Tom Crow and Lockie Keego would have been huge in this game. Obviously, Tom Crow with 24 points, leading all scorers, but and Lockie chiming in with his 18. Sammy Beck's just keeping his form going again from the night before with 18. Probably some tired bodies towards the back end of that game, and yeah, well done to Benalla cleaning up the weekend 2-0.
And then Sunday, Wallen obviously also hosted Shepparton and were able to run out pretty convincing winners in the end. And I guess it started from the first quarter when quarter time buzzer went and Wallen was 29 and Shepparton was only 4.
Yeah, obviously home court advantage jumping out of the gun early there. Yeah, it's going to play factors. Obviously, it'll just come off a big V season there, and the crowd when they do get involved at that stadium, it is quite loud. So, no, well done to Wallen to take away 2 wins as well from the weekend. Probably 2 big wins for them as a program too.
Yeah, certainly 2 big wins for them, holds them in the top 4. And as we take a quick look at the ladder at the end of round 2, and we've got 4 undefeated teams. Benalla are 3-0, Albury 2-0, Wallen are now 2-0 after playing their doubleheader this weekend, and Myrtleford as well going 2-0. So hopefully we'll get a couple of battles in the next couple of weeks against these top 4 teams, and we'll see who's going to continue going through the season undefeated.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be interesting to see how teams go, and especially with the shortened season, see how it pays dividends.
Certainly, every game counts in the 10-game regular season. So you got to make sure you get the wins when they're available. So we'll move over to the women's side of the conference, and Albury were able to match their grand final performance, I guess, against Wodonga in the grand final rematch by defending their home court and taking the victory.
Yeah, absolutely. It's probably talk about defending the home floor, and what a way to start it off with a 91-62 win. Probably a bit more experience in the Albury side is what you would look at, and no, great to see some younger ones scoring. Obviously, Kajana McCowan just taking off from what she did last season, and Claudia Hocking leading the way there.
Seymour were big winners over their arch rivals in Wallen in the women, which was obviously probably a great game to watch. You would have seen a little bit of it.
Yeah, pretty similar to the men's game. Slow first quarter for both teams, and then especially for the Seymour girls, they just caught fire in that second quarter. Patience on offense, finding open shots, and going from starters knocking down threes to bench players coming in, just getting their points. It was a real rounded team effort for the Seymour Blasters women's, and nothing to hold for the season, but it's an exciting thing to see.
And then Sunday, Wallen hosted Shepparton and unfortunately couldn't get the victory like their men did. Looks like Shepparton jumped out of the starting blocks, but then Wallen pulled it back in the second quarter, and then couldn't just get their offense probably to work as well as they wanted to in the second half, and it resulted in the 9-point deficit at the final siren.
Yeah, it's probably a good thing for Shepparton bringing the women's team back in, young women's team. Obviously for Wallen, probably a disappointing weekend going 0-2. But well done to Shepparton on the road, travelling down there. You're a young group, and just to have consistent scorers across your group, you don't have to go and have someone get 30 points. It's all about if you can get 5 to 6, maybe 7 or 8 people scoring 8 to 12 points, you're going to go a long way to winning. And then obviously holding Wallen to 63 was absolutely huge.
And we have a quick look at the women's ladder, and obviously it doesn't paint a picture just yet with only teams playing a max of 2 games, and we've still got a couple of teams that have only played 1. But Seymour sit up on top with their big win over Wallen over the weekend, followed closely behind is Albury, who are sitting 2-0. So I guess Seymour and Albury are showing that they're going to be probably our contenders this year. And then following that, we've got Shepparton in third, Wallen in fourth, and Wodonga rounding out the bottom of the ladder, currently only playing one game. So we need a few more women's games to be able to see how everything's going to evolve this season. But it's a good start to the season so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Wouldn't write off Wodonga and Wallen just yet. Obviously, as you said, still games to come, and a lot of adjustments can happen in the ladder, especially across the 10 games. So, no, I wouldn't write any team off yet as to where they're going to end up across that season.
That wraps up our episode 14 of the CBL X's and O's podcast. It's our round 2 review of the Northeast, all done and dusted. Stay tuned later this week where we'll drop the round 3 preview, which, again, exciting times in the Northeast, a few more games of basketball, and hopefully there's a few more tighter contests next week, Tom.
Yeah, absolutely. Matt, looking forward to the down round 3.
We look forward to everyone joining us later this week as we drop our preview for round 3.